Hi, I'm Monk and this is the Monk Way. Let me ask you one question. Do you want to be rich while you're still young? If the answer is yes, then watch this whole video, or you will stay poor. If you don't do any of these things I mentioned, then congratulations, you will be rich very soon. And just so you know I'm not blowing smoke, my net worth is over $350,000 right now. Subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a like for more investing videos. I make them every day. And to join the contest to win a lifetime membership to my investing group, worth over $400, just be subscribed, leave a like, and write a comment about anything. I pick a winner every week. Last week's winner was Unknown Unknown. Enjoy your free lifetime membership. To become rich as a young person, you don't have to sacrifice everything, but you do have to save a good amount of your money. In my past videos, I taught you that you can become a millionaire in just 40 years with $400 a month. Investing in an index fund that returns 10% a year will turn that $400 a month into $1 million. But if you want to be rich in the next 10 years, you have to save more than that. So let's look at some things you should never do with your money. One of the most important things to not do with your money is leaving it in a bank. I can't stress this enough, because so many people are doing this. I'm even guilty of doing this for 4 years before I learned to invest. The banker will ask me why I'm not investing his money every time I go to the counter. 4 years is not bad, but don't delay this longer than necessary. Start investing at 18. You cannot save to become a millionaire unless you have an amazing job. This is why you must invest your money no matter how much you're making. If you can save $100 a month, $50 a month, or even $20 a month, invest it or it will be gone. Let's look at how much you will have if you save $400 a month, $4,800 a year, for 40 years. After 40 years, you'll end up with $192,000. That's nothing compared to investing in an index fund. With just 10% returns a year, you will have over $2.5 million. That's 13 times what saving your money will get you. If your parents taught you to save your money under your bed, please don't take that advice. There's a thing called inflation, where things get more expensive by 2 to 3% a year. Over the next 40 years, your money will be worth almost 3 times less than today. In fact, 2.5 million will be worth 1 million in 40 years, meaning if you leave any money in the checking accounts, it just keeps going down by the year. I want you to Google the S&P 500 right after this video. You can invest in this fund with the symbol VOO. It has 500 of the biggest American companies, like Amazon and Google, and returned 10% a year over the past 100 years. With that 10%, you will become rich much sooner than just saving your money. It's not easy to change your mindset, but I promise you this. If you don't do this, one day you'll regret it very much. The second most important thing is to never borrow money you can't pay off. Recently I got a credit card, and so far, I've only used it for groceries and Uber rides for me and my girlfriend. Uber is pretty damn expensive, but I guess it's cheaper than a car or taxis. I know I can pay it off every month, so it hasn't been a problem. My credit has been slowly rising. Credit cards are not evil. In fact, you really need to get one right away. A huge part of building credits is time, meaning the longer you have your card, the higher your credits. And you will need that credit to get a mortgage, or borrow money for a car or business. One of the biggest problems in America is debt, and credit card debt is the worst. Imagine paying 15% a year instead of earning 10% a year. Your money will never grow, and you'll be broke in 40 years instead of a millionaire. Let me make this clear. You won't get rich if you have debts you can't pay off. If you're in heavy debts right now, make sure you're trying your hardest to pay it off. This means not going out to eat, not going shopping at all, and spending the minimum every month. This is living like a hermit because 15% a year will kill you. I know it's hard to earn more money, especially when you're in debt. This is why your new job is to save money and to start a side business. Even a YouTube channel might grow into another source of income for you. My channel is almost 2 years old and making me at least $60,000 a year. It is possible if you put in the time and effort. Saving money is actually much easier than a business. So sacrifice fun for the next 6 months and pay off your credit card debts. Once it's paid off, don't ever borrow money you can't pay off by the end of the month. Have 6 months emergency money so you can always pay off anything you borrow, and you should be fine. The third thing to never do is wasting that money on trivial things you don't need. Don't get me wrong, you should definitely spend your money for good experiences. That's not a bad thing. No one is asking you to waste your youth and never have fun. I really hate videos that tells you to live like a hermit, but some things are just not worth spending on. Let's look at a few things that are not worth your money. Number 1. Bottled water. Please don't go out and buy a new bottle of water every day, or buy a 24-pack every week for your home. This is the biggest waste of money ever in my eyes. Get a filter if you don't love the taste of your tap water, and get a cool water bottle for your bag. I suggest the Memo bottle. It's flat and fits in any bag. Think about how much you waste on water. Pretty much a free substance. If you buy 5 bottles a week at $1 each, that's $20 a month down the drain. Looking at the price of a 24-pack of water on Walmart, we see that it's $10. We need 2 liters a day, and each bottle has 500 milliliters, so we need 4 bottles a day. This one pack lasts about a week. That's $40 a month if you only drink bottled water. You spend almost $500 a year on just water. To put things into perspective, $40 a month at 10% a year will go into $700,000 in 50 years. You could be a millionaire by retirement just by not buying bottled water. Number 2. Crazy expensive nights out at a club, casino, or a fancy restaurant. Again, you shouldn't deprive yourself, but some experiences are not worth the money. You You should really think about what you're getting and see if it's a good experience for you. A casino will drain your account in one night for a terrible feeling of loss. Every time I go to one, I tend to overstay after winning a bit, and then lose it all after a few hours. The only way to win is to not play or leave as soon as you win. Both are not a good experience. The club will cost you hundreds of dollars if you buy drinks that are marked up by 500% or more, so avoid places where drinks cost you more than rent. If you can find a decent restaurant that won't break the bank, which is fine every once in a while, next time you're paying for a nice experience, think about what you're getting in return. Instead of blowing $200 at a really fancy place you can't afford, go to a family restaurant and spend $50. It's a nice atmosphere, and you can go 4 times a month for the same price. There are nice times to be had with a lot less money spent. A night at home with some beer and some wine with your friends or loved ones might be a better experience. A walk at a park, movie dates, or even video games with people you like can give you unforgettable memories at a low cost. Number 3. Monthly bills that you don't have to be paying. I'm talking about phone bills over $200, or a gym membership you don't use for $50 a month. If you remember my $40 a month investment turning into $700,000, think about what a gym membership is costing you in the long term. If you don't go to the gym or only go once a week, think about getting a treadmill or running outside. And think about what a phone bill of $200 is costing you. Everyone is different, so I can't tell you that you don't need that much data. But you definitely don't need a new phone every year. I stuck with my iPhone 4S for 3 years without any problems. And now I upgraded to an iPhone 8. This thing will last at least 4 years, and I can replace the battery to last even longer. What I'm saying is, really evaluate what you're paying for every month. If you really need that much data, check for the best deal instead of accepting what they offer you. A simple way to save money is to call your ISP, ask for retention, and say you're going to cancel unless they offer something better. I got 60% off my internet service this way. It's not really immoral, they're still profiting. Number 4. Random stuff from Amazon. I'm guilty of this one since I started using Amazon. It's fun to buy new things I don't really need, but realize that it could go too far and become an addiction, especially with offers like Amazon Prime and free delivery. Next time you want to buy a new toy, think about it and leave it in your cart for 2 days. Will you use this thing at least once a month for next year? If not, don't buy it. Just leave it for a day before buying it. Will likely change your mind after that day. And the 4th thing to never do if you want to be rich is to rent for the long term. This one is a hard concept. Basically, renting is not worth it if you can't afford a good mortgage. With a mortgage, that money you're paying for rent could actually buy the place instead. This is because the interest rates on mortgage are usually pretty good, especially compared to credit cards. Think of this example. If you could borrow $400,000 right now at 4.5% interest rates, isn't this an amazing deal if the stock market returns 10% a year in the next 30 years? That's a 5.5% profit for free. When you're buying, a part of your money goes towards the house, meaning you're not losing that money, while the other part goes towards the interest on the loan. Investing in real estate can be as good as the stock markets. This is because we will always need land and a place to stay while companies can go down within months. Once you're out of debt, having a good credit card for around a year, and you can afford to pay a bit more than your regular rent, you should definitely consider owning instead of renting, because in the long term, it will really help you become rich. The last thing I want to share is student debt. We've talked about credit cards earlier with the crazy 15% interest. Student loans are not as bad. This tip is not for everyone because college is technically a safe route. For some careers, you definitely need higher education. For example, doctors. But if you want to be an entrepreneur and work for yourself, think about taking a break after high school. It's really easy to start a business these days on the internet. Look at my channel. It's making me 6 figures a year right now, and I started this 2 years ago. How long do you think it would take to get to 6 figures after college? Maybe sometime in your 30s, you could start making $100,000 a year. This is very possible, and I hope to inspire a few of you to give it a try with my story. I'm one of the most introverted persons you'll ever know. I lose energy with people, so I tend to not talk to anyone I don't have to. This made me really quiet in general, but I decided to start a YouTube channel 2 years back. I was inspired by a few investment channels, like financial education. They really taught me a lot, and I thought maybe I could teach the same lessons, but make it more simple. I started with animation videos that I saw on a channel called Dividend Investor. My voice was extremely quiet at first, but I put more effort into it and make sure every sentence had energy. Now 2 years later, I have 40,000 subscribers, and I'm making around $8,000 a month on this channel. At one point, I started using Google's text-to-speech instead of my own voice, meaning these videos could be made by anybody who knew about the subjects, and these videos got the most views of all my videos. I'm telling you guys this because it's a fact that anyone can start a channel and make 6 figures. If you put in the hard work and the time, this is actually 100% true, because I didn't have to use my own voice and I used a free editing software. So if you have a business mindset and you think you can do well on the internet, I want you to give YouTube a try. Instead of going into debts of over $50,000, start making $200,000 a year, doing something you have passion for. I hope you guys got something out of this video. I only talked about real things I experienced in my life, and I spent a lot of time on this one, so please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and share it with one buddy. My investing group is still 75% off for a limited time. Check it out below. Subscribe and leave a like for more of these videos. I make them every day. Keep watching to save your money the Monk way.